Recognize the Commerce Committee Chairman, Representative Upton, for 5 minutes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. This conference committee was assembled to finish our work on the Middle Class Tax Relief and Job Creation Act. And there are two parts to the bill, namely the Middle Class Tax Relief and Job Creation. I want to talk a little bit about both. Our able chair and vice chair have talked about the tax relief piece of the puzzle, and certainly that's very important. This weak economy, working families can use the extra $1,000 per year that comes from a temporary payroll tax. Likewise, far too many Americans who cannot find jobs in this economy are forced to turn to unemployment benefits instead of a regular paycheck. This conference will address both of those issues. But we can't talk about the relief portion without also addressing jobs. The House-passed Middle Class Tax Relief and Job Creation Act included several vital job-creating policies, many of them originating in Energy and Commerce Committee, and I'd like to talk about those provisions. The first jobs provision included in the House-passed bill is appropriately called the Jobs Act. That's jump-starting opportunity with Broadband Spectrum Act, a bill drafted by fellow conferee Greg Walden, to spur billions of dollars in private sector investment and, most importantly, to help drive the creation of possibly hundreds of thousands of jobs. Also included in the House-passed bill is legislation called the EPA Regulatory Relief Act, which addresses the Boiler MAC rules. President Obama's own Jobs Council recently suggested that we need to enhance American competitiveness through smart regulatory reforms, and this bill does exactly that. The House approved the bill last October 13th with strong bipartisan support, and there's a companion bill also bipartisan in the Senate. The purpose of that bill is to give just a little bit of regulatory relief to facilities all across the country facing costly new rules for industrial and commercial boilers and incinerators. We're talking about everything from manufacturing facilities to colleges and universities, all of which will be affected by EPA's new rules. EPA concedes major flaws in the rules. They're reconsidering aspects of them, and itself has tried to delay the rules. But the federal courts recently struck down the agency's self-imposed delay earlier this month. And as a result of the costs and unworkability of the rules as currently written and the litigation, there's continuing and extensive uncertainty. Our proposal is simple. We're talking about direction and extra time for EPA to develop rules that are achievable in the real world and extra compliance time so that facilities can install the new technologies and make upgrades to their equipment to comply with the new rules. Talking about maybe 200,000 jobs and $14 billion in savings. Finally, I want to talk about one of the best-known job-creating projects out there, Keystone XL. We have before us a shovel-ready project, one that won't cost the taxpayers a dime, but it represents nearly $7 billion infrastructure investment. It is projected to create 20,000 direct construction and manufacturing jobs, not to mention more than 100,000 spin-off jobs. This is a pipeline that will add nearly 1 million barrels of safe and secure energy supplies to U.S. markets every day. Last week, President Obama said no. He said that 60 days wasn't long enough to say yes, but the truth is he only took 26 days to say no. Well, to the President, I say this: we cannot wait any longer. If he can't say yes to a jobs bill like this, I hope that Congress will. I do believe that it falls within the scope of the conference, and we're going to talk about it as part of this package and a lot of other places as well. In fact, we've got a hearing before the Energy and Commerce Subcommittee tomorrow, first thing in the morning. This overall bill is middle-class tax relief and job creation, and I think that we can do both and pay for them. And I yield back.
Thank you.